Hello, Christian. We'll go ahead and get started. First question, Kaylee Griffin.
Hey, Christian. I guess the best way to start this off is just how are you doing? How has the rehab process been going so far?
I'm doing great. The rehab process has been going extremely well. I've been attacking it, so everything's looking good.
Where would you say you are progression-wise? Have you been doing any on-the-court stuff yet, or just more with the training staff?
I would say I've been doing more training staff, not so much on the court, a little bit on the court stuff, but just trying to limit both and trying to do it at the same speed, not trying to put too much on it. So,
Jonathan Fagan.
Christian, how difficult was it to sort of face the situation when you're in the middle of your best season and then you obviously knew it was going to be a serious injury when it happened? How was that for you to deal with?
It was tough. It was definitely hard to deal with at first. But then when I found out the news that it wasn't as bad as it seemed, I was, grateful and thankful that, it could have been worse. But, I'm here. I'll be back soon, and that's all I could really say.
What did you think before you got the MRI results and talked to the doctors? What were you? What was your concern?
Everybody thought it was broke at the time, but just because of how high the swelling was and the way it was looking at first, they thought it was broke. But it turns out it wasn't, and there was no structural damage, so we're good.
Adam Spolling.
Yeah, kind of along those lines. You said that you were scared when you sprained it against, I think it was Phoenix. Did you have that same feeling in Memphis, or was this one even worse?
No, it was worse in Memphis. That's when I kind of knew that something might be wrong.
Mark Berman.
I know that, Christian, you put on your Instagram account, you'll be back before the AllStar Game, and you said you'll be back soon. Do you have a kind of a feel when you'll be back?
Honestly, I don't. If I had it my way, I would tell you I could play next game, but I don't think my coaches or teammates would allow that. I don't even think they would let me on the court. But I'm thirsty and happy to try and get back, and I know that Jeremy and Jason are trying to do everything they can to try and help me get back. I want to come back before All-Star break. If I had to give you a percentage of where my ankle is, I would probably tell you 80%. That's where I'm at right now, and that's where it stands. Considering where you've been and your journey, what'd you think about finishing 8th in the Western Conference front court voting for the All-Star Game? It's crazy that I actually seen the votes. It's crazy. I actually would never imagine that I would even be having those type of votes from where I was last year as a 15th man fighting for a roster to now. I'm in the 8th in the All-Star voting, and the guys ahead of me are Zion and Wiggins and Brandon Ingram, and you look up, you see LeBron James at the top, and I'm not too far from that. But it's a dream come true if I was actually named an All-Star, and I wouldn't even know how to tell you that feeling.
Jonathan Fagan.
You obviously, as you mentioned before, you sprained it the first time against Phoenix. How much were you still dealing with in those games when you came back? And with the advantage of hindsight, do you have any second thoughts about whether it was right to come back and try and play in those games?
I felt like at the time I was 100%. There was a game, I think it was the first time we played OKC, I kind of tweaked it a little bit. But me just having that fight in me thought, I can just, keep playing on it. It's not as bad as it seemed. But it swelled up a little bit. And then I tried to go in a couple more games. And then we played Memphis. And then that's when I kind of heard it. So I think I should have slowed down a little bit once I kind of tweaked it again. But, I'm happy. It's not, like I said before, it's not as bad as it seemed. And I'll be back soon.
Have you looked at the video of when you turned it in Memphis?
Yeah, I've seen it. It was pretty gruesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian.